Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a bakery business plan. So without further ado, let's go ahead and mosey on through this little PowerPoint presentation I've got lined up for y'all. First and foremost, a little bit about me, then we're going to talk about you and your bakery business plan and how I can best assist getting you from where you are now to the completion of your bakery business plan. All right, first and foremost, I am a professional writer. So if you all want to avoid the trials and tribulations and all the fun involved with writing up your own business plan, creating your own financial model, doing your projections for your financials, and so on and so forth, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, send me a text. Be absolutely delighted to assist. I am also an author of numerous business plan writing books, financial projection books, and company analysis books. So if you want to check out some more of my books, please visit my site on Amazon.com. Also, I do create some business plan templates and financial templates specifically for a bakery company. So if you want one of those, again, contact me. Love to help. And finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert in business and finance. So I am well qualified to disseminate a little bit of this information on how to write a business plan for a bakery. All right, boring stuff done. Let's go ahead and talk about your potential or your future bakery business plan. So tip number one, when you're writing your company description section, tell a story. Everybody loves a story. How'd you get into baking? Is this are you going to be selling, family recipes? Are there going to be pastries? Are you from France and you spent many years studying in France and you're going to open a French bakery? Do you love baking breads and breads are your thing? Do you like cupcakes and making wedding cakes and so on and so forth? Whatever it is, tell a story on how you got involved into the bakery. Tell about your personal aspects, your professional aspects, even educational. Did you go to a baking school or a culinary school? Make sure you touch on that. Tell a story, build up as to why you are qualified to write this, not write the business plan, but why you are qualified to start a bakery. The next is going to be what problem are you solving? Are you a French bakery and people in your area, they're just dying for French pastries, and there's not a French bakery within 20-mile radius of your proposed site. Are you from Mexico or Puerto Rico or other areas, and you grew up baking ethnic foods in your area, and you want to share that with your community? Whatever it is, to discuss the problem that you're going to be solving with the business and how you're qualified to do that. And finally, competitive advantages. What is your competitive advantage? What are you going to do better than a Publix bakery or a Walmart bakery or the bakery down the street that that sells all kinds of general breads and cakes and cupcakes and so on? So make sure you identify, are you going to be offering a niche service? Are you just going to be focused on wedding cakes? Are you going to be just focused on pastries? Are you going to be a generalist and provide fresh breads and cakes on a daily basis? Whatever your specialty is, whatever your niche competitive advantage is going to be, make sure to describe that in your company description section. Tip number two is to do industry research. A lot of bakers, when they're writing their own business plan, they just want to go right for the competition, and they just want to say how, what the competitors, what these other bakeries are doing wrong, or what you're going to do better. Not even what they're doing wrong, but what you're going to do better as compared to the other bakeries in your area. Unfortunately, once you go for the other competitors without setting a foundation as to why you're qualified to evaluate them, you're going to lose a little bit of credibility. So before you start, tearing into your competition, step back and take a look at your industry first as a whole, from a national or even a global perspective. Some good sources for information for bakeries is going to be, Small Business Cron or IBIS World. Do some research. What are the bakeries doing? How many bakeries are there right now in the U.S.? How many What are the specialties? What is the revenue growth for the bakeries? What are some costs involved? What are some trends in the marketplace? Are people going more towards cupcakes as compared to cakes? Are people starting to go away from the breads due to the Atkins diet? Are people starting to embrace breads more? What are some of the trends in the industry, and what are the revenues growth for the industry? What are some of the labor challenges in the industry? Set a foundation. Show that you're an expert and you know your industry inside and out. Once you have that foundation of talking about growth and trends and so on, then you are in a position to evaluate your competition and to use the information you provided and align that with what your competitors are not doing. Because if you're able to identify what trends on a national basis are going on, and you can show that your competition is not doing that, you can show disconnect from your competition to your client or to to the needs of the community, and then you can make an argument for your niche and other information like that. So do your national and your industry evaluations first, then go ahead and talk about the competition. Tip number 3 is advertising. I don't know about anybody else, but one of the biggest things I follow on Instagram and Facebook and any other social media site is cooking, is baking, and restaurants. Love to look at food. I don't know why that is, but that's one of my things, and I know a lot of people that I know, that's one of the things they like to do as well. They love to eat with their eyes. Even if I haven't had a pastry in 6 months, which I haven't, I still love to look at that and eat it and imagine the taste. So when you are starting your bakery, understand that there's a very good chance your social media is going to be your foundation for advertising. When people come in and they visit your bakery, they're going to start following you online, or they're going to start visiting your website, and then they're going to start talking and telling people about your organization. But in order to keep them involved, it's going to be the social media. Post your cakes, post your breads, post pictures of that, post, some of the new products that you're going to be offering, that you're going to be baking, and make sure you have a continuous flow of information to your social media. That continuous flow is going to get in front of your target audience. That's going to then drive the word of mouth. Hey, look at this picture that this bakery just posted. I just had that last week. It was amazing. The world's best. The social media is going to spark the word of mouth advertising. Or they're going to go to your website and they see a new product that you're offering. They're going to want to know what the price is. They're going to go to your website. Now you've got traffic to your website, and they're going to be able to take a look at the different items that you're going to be selling, and also the prices align. So your social media is going to be a springboard or a gateway to other advertising sources. Next thing, for a business plan, regardless if you need funding or not, always make sure to have a funding request section built out with a dollar amount in there. The dollar amount can change if you don't know what your dollar amount is, or you don't have a specific dollar need right now for funding. Still, make sure to put a dollar amount in there. So when you're doing your funding request, start by doing categories. So break out some different categories. How much money you're going to need for operations, for startup, for build out. You've got a nice location that you want to go ahead and set up your bakery. Well, how much is it going to cost to put all your equipment in there and to bring it up to code for a bakery? And then talk about your working capital. Once you open your doors, you don't want your checking account to be zero, or worse, -0, or negative number below zero. You want to have some additional funds available to make sure that you are going to be in operations, and you don't need that many sales for the first 1 to 2 to 3 months until you start getting some brand recognition. Have some working capital. Understand how much money you need in savings or in your checking account to sustain operations until you get up and going. The next category for your funding request is going to be totaling up your equipment. Are you going to need a mixing machine? Are you going to need a walk-in? How many coolers are you going to need? How many mixers are you going to need? How many ovens are you going to need? Are you going to need a stove top? That's all the equipment that you're going to want to identify, make a list of, and make a dollar amount, and put a subtotal underneath the equipment category. and have a dollar amount there. Next is going to be your inventory. What are you going to need for inventory? How much flour are you going to need? How much packaging are you going to need? How much is your packaging going to cost? Where are you going to store it? Or do you have enough areas for the storage? Keep that in mind as well. So the inventory, make sure you go ahead and do your inventory, and also supplies, and keep in mind uniforms too. If you got a working bakery and people are coming in, they're going to want to see some kind of uniforms being there. They don't want to see ripped up shorts or jeans or what have you. Or they might. Maybe that's going to be your niche. Your niche approach to the to your uniforms, whatever it may be. Make sure you have some kind of money in there for your inventories as well. Once you're done with that, subtotal each category, identify the dollar amount that you need for each category, whether it's your build out, your working capital, your equipment, inventory, and so on. Once you have your subtotal for each one of those, total the dollar amount, total all those subcategories, and that's going to be the funding request or the funding dollar amount that you're going to need. And make sure to specifically state a dollar amount. Don't give me a range. Don't put a range in there. I need 50 to 70,000. That just tells the reader that, well, I really don't know what the heck I need. Have a specific dollar amount and have the categories ready to present to support that dollar amount. Next is going to be financial projections. All right, so you've got your location, and you've got your ideas, and you've got your menu, and you've got your recipes. You are all ready to go ahead and open up shop and start your bakery. However, what you really need also is going to be, how are you going to stay in business? What are your profits going to be? I mean, there's going to be a dollar amount profit that you want to make in order to make this appealing, because you're going to be going through a lot of aggravation, a lot of stress in starting your own business. Most people don't do that for free. They want some kind of profit. Well, having a rudimentary or basic profit and loss put together is going to help you identify, what your profits are going to be, but also it's going to help you identify what your price points for each of your items are going to be as well, in order to achieve a profitability. In this example right here, I start with the bakery revenue, and what I'm showing here is some daily sales of cakes and breads and miscellaneous items. And then for the cakes, I'm going to align a price, for this example is $25. Then I'm going to come up with how much it's going to cost me to make that cake. In this example, again, variable cost is going to be $3. You take that $3, you back it out from the 25. That's going to give you your gross profit of $22. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to guess, on average, how many cakes you're going to sell on a daily basis. In this particular example, it's going to be 35 cakes. You're going to then multiply that 35 by the 22, and that's going to give you a daily profit of $770. You're going to follow the same strategy, the same process for the breads and the miscellaneous, and then you're going to add up all the revenues that you're going to have from the different items you're going to sell on a daily basis, and that is going to give you your total gross profit. You're going to then take that total gross profit, multiply it by 30, which is the days in the month, how many days you're going to be open, and that's going to give you your gross monthly profits. You're then going to take that dollar amount and you're going to stick it under here, under your monthly profits. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to identify what your monthly fixed costs are. How much is your loan? If you're going to have a loan, what's your monthly payment on that? How much money are you going to spend for inventory? How much money are you going to spend for labor, for rental space, utilities, marketing, legal, accounting, insurance? And then miscellaneous, the catch-all, the wonderful catch-all. There's always a catch-all. There's always costs you're going to forget or miss. So you're going to have that as miscellaneous. Then you're going to total up all these costs and put it at the bottom, $26,200 in this particular example. Once you have your monthly cost, you're going to take that number and put it just below your monthly profits. And in this example right here, I did miss the, sorry. Let's try this again. For this example, I did miss the monthly profits. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your monthly gross profits, $33,060. You're going to subtract that from your monthly cost of $26,200, and that's going to give you a net profit of $6,860, which is not here, and I apologize, but that is your monthly profits that's your expected monthly profits for the month. Based on that number, the $6,860 that you can't see, that is going to be your profits. And you're going to then ask yourself, is that enough money for me to go ahead and go through this aggravation or to finally achieve my dream of starting a bakery? If it's not, then you can go up here and you can start changing some prices. You can reduce your cakes, or you can change your variable costs, or you can change your items sold. And once then you have this models created, all your profits are going to automatically calculate for you, and you're then going to be able to see what your net profits are going to be for the month on a consistent basis. All right, next is going to be, and let's see here, start from the current slide, and let's see here, swap. My apologies for this. All right, so in summary, make sure to follow a proven format. You know you want to go ahead and start a bakery business plan, and you're not sure how to start writing a bakery business plan, though. You can go to the SBA website. You can get a structure that's available from them. You can download the template, and you can fill in that information with your information. You can go ahead and do some research for general templates that are out there, and go ahead and customize it for yourself. Another way is going to be to contact me. I do have templates that I am currently writing for a bakery business that's going to have a lot of the information you're going to need, and then you just customize that. A lot of different ways to go out there. You don't have to start from scratch when writing your own bakery business plan. And next is going to be keep the star of the show as the business. Yes, you are an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs love ourselves. We love talking about ourselves. We love talking about our history and why we're starting a business and the products and the services we're going to be offering. However, when you're writing your business plan, keep the star of the show as the bakery. What are the products that you're going to be offering? Why are people going to be coming to you? Who is your target market? What are your revenues going to be? And what are your advertising channels going to be? Make sure to keep the star of the show as the business. When you keep the star of the show as the business, then when people read your business plan, they're going to understand your business, not your own personal history. Finally, contact me for help. And you don't have to go it alone. You might be able to write most of your business plan on your own or do your own financial projections, but make sure you get a professional to help you put it all together. Make sure it's edited properly. Make sure it looks good. And make sure it's presented properly. All right, next is if y'all are looking to go ahead and write your business plan for your bakery and you want some more information, mosey on over to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a bakery business plan. On this site, I do give you all some more tips and tricks on how to write a bakery business plan. And finally, if y'all want a template, if you want something that's customized for bakeries, with some kind of a outline for your financial projections and your industry research already done, please reach out to give me a call. I do have some templates on my website at qualitybusinessplan.com/businessplan templates that are available for different industries. I haven't written one for a bakery yet, but if you send me a message, tell me that you do want a template for a bakery, I'd be delighted to move it up the list and have one prepared. It should take me no more than 48 hours to get that ready for you. All right, finally, if you all want some more books on my writing on business plans or financial projections, zip on over to Amazon at www.amazon.com/author/Paul Borosky. And on that website, you're going to find various books that I've written. A lot of them are company reports. Some more of them are on business plans for various industries. And then I also have general business plan books available as well. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you would like some of my assistance, reach out to me. I'd be delighted to help. Thank you very much.